Mr. Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Questions for Mr. Zelensky, if he can hear us on video. Mr. Zelensky, where are you physically located today?
I'm at my attorney's office.
What state is that, sir?
It's in the District of Columbia.
So how far are you approximately from where we sit right now?
I guess about a half mile.
And what's your reason for not appearing here today, sir?
Well, thank you for allowing me to clarify. As a prosecutor, particularly with the experiences that I've had in Baltimore, I'm reticent to discuss my family publicly. As we're
You have family concerns, is that right? Is that right? That's what you testified earlier.
I have a newborn child, Congressman. My wife is a physician. We discussed the matter.
Okay, fair enough. Listen, I just wanted to listen. My time, hold on. Mr. Zelensky, because you're an attorney, you know that having a witness appear and submit to cross-examination in person is obviously much more effective and reliable than one who simply phones it in, and we'll leave it at that. I just want to point out, the Honorable Judge McCasey showed up, flew from New York. He has family concerns as well. Many people do here as well. In fact, he's got to quarantine himself after this hearing because he has a young grandchild who's sick with other.
The gentleman is improper. The witness is complying with the rules of the House. We make no distinction between people who are present physically and people who are present by video.
Mr. Chairman, it's my time, and it is not inappropriate, and you don't get to decide how I ask my
questions. Oh, yes, I do.
With all due respect. You said in your opening, Mr. Zelensky, that we don't prosecute people based on politics. The question is, do you investigate people based on politics?
No.
A couple of questions for you related to Inspector General Horowitz's report outlining the FBI's improper FISA surveillance of Carter Page. You're familiar with that, correct?
I have read press reports regarding it. I have read some of the report. I have not studied it carefully.
Do you know what role Christopher Steele played in the FBI's investigation of Carter Page?
I only know what's been publicly reported and what is in the Inspector General's report, Congressman.
If you're familiar with the report, then you must know that it states at page 359, quote, "We concluded that Crossfire Hurricane Team's receipt of Steele's election reporting on September 19, 2016 played a central and essential role in the decision by the FBI OGC to support the request for FISA surveillance targeting Carter Page, as well as the department's ultimate decision to seek the FISA order." Does that sound familiar?
I have no reason to doubt that you're accurately reading from the report.
What discussions did the special counsel team have about Christopher Steele?
Congressman, I have been asked by the department because of privilege not to discuss matters related to the special counsel's office. I am happy to go back to the department, as I have been told that I should do, to ask them if I can answer your question and to, if I am able to, provide you an answer at a later time. But I've been told by the department that my testimony today has been cleared only for matters related to United States versus Roger Stone.
That's pretty convenient. The subpoena that you were issued says you are hereby commanded to be and appear before the Committee on the Judiciary to testify at a hearing touching matters of inquiry committed to said committee or subcommittee, and you are not to depart without leave of said committee or subcommittee. The point is, Mr. Zelensky, it would be very useful to have you here. It'd be very useful to have you speaking to the full scope of the concerns of this committee and things that we've been working on for a long time. And we think it's very unfortunate that you could not make your appearance here today, especially since you're a half mile away and others took great risks to be here. Look, not quibbling with you about family concerns, but a lot of people have them, and this is a very important matter for the country. I think we all agree to that. We have concern that this is being politicized, and that the current Attorney General's office is being accused of politicizing something when what he is trying to do is clear up and clean up messes that were made by his predecessors in previous administration. Everybody can look at the facts, I guess, and draw their own conclusions, but it would be helpful if we were able to draw them out. I won't yield. I will not yield, because our problem with this is not only with the process, as has been stated, with the unequal administration of the rules here, but with the way that this committee's time is being used right now, with all the important issues that are within our scope of jurisdiction, with all the pressing matters facing the country right now, this is a farce. And we're really sorry that you couldn't be here for it in person.
Will you yield?
I'll yield.
I would just urge you to consider, when you say with all the pressing issues, is there any issue more pressing than the integrity of the administration?
Yeah, absolutely.
Of justice?
But
I mean, is
reclaiming
there
my
anything
time.
more
Reclaiming my
important than
time.
making-
We would love to have hearings about the origins of the Russia collusion thing that you guys wasted the country's time on for 5 or 6 months, on the sham impeachment. But don't get me started because I'm out of time. I yield back.
Ask John Bolton about the sham impeachment.
Not your time. Not your time.
Gentleman's time, the gentleman's time has expired.
Great senators. Hi, Chuck. He used to love me when I was a Democrat, you know.